For the next topic, we want to know: is it true that Ford dealers can sell any any trucks?
Can you give me your surprised face for this?
I'm not that good doing faces.
Oh, you gave a great. We walked the dog, and you gave a great face. Ford dealers can't sell any trucks. Ford CEO made a huge mistake. What?
Yeah, I guess I'm not that good. I'm not like the people who use clickbait. Sorry.
Well, it's an. I don't like the term clickbait because I'd say clickbait is only the case if you make a thumbnail and it has nothing to do with the video. That's clickbait because you're like, I clicked on this and it has nothing to do with it. But you're using clickbait how the majority of people use clickbait, but that doesn't make it right. That's a fallacy, a logical fallacy is appeal to the majority.
No, I started again.
So you can't just say, well, that's how everyone else does it, so it's got to be right. No, just because that's how people do it, actually that's usually means most of the time, if it's how most of the people do it, it's probably wrong.
So what would be the good term to say?
And AI will, of course, copy patterns that are already very bad patterns within human nature for cues to success. So you want the future, everything, the AI is going to be fighting for our attention with the dirtiest of tricks of all. So that will be really bad. But clickbait, I'd just say, we've got different data, we've got different facts to share because Ford can actually sell trucks. They can sell a whole lot of trucks and they're doing a whole lot of truck selling right now. So let's cover that. Let's start with the facts here. Ford becomes America's best-selling brand in the first quarter of 2023 on rising sales for trucks, vans, Broncos, large SUVs, EVs, and Mustang. So Ford is America's best-selling brand in Q1 with total vehicle sales of 456,972 units. That's up 10.7% on the strength of icons like F-Series, Bronco, and Mustang, commercial vehicles, and EVs. That's from Ford Authority. Great website. I cross-reference this across other, Forbes and other, big news sources. That is very much the case. So Ford becomes the number one selling truck manufacturer. Sales up 19.6% and outselling GM's combined truck and van sales. F-Series up 21.1%. 170,377 pickups, outpacing Silverado by 46,000 units, but of course, as always, when you throw GM and Chev trucks together, well, they just slightly outsold Ford. Explorer, best-selling three-row mid-size SUV. Expedition sales doubled. Ford EV sales up 41%, folks. This isn't just a 1, 2, 3 punch combo. This is a complete beat down. This is a total KO. This is like watching, heck, do you have like a preferred boxer? I'll let you do the boxing code. Do you want to throw in a boxer? You probably
will go with John Cena.
Okay, that's
box.
That's not box. I'd say Mike Tyson. Ford is
Mike Tyson is a good one.
throwing punches and dropping the competition down like Mike Tyson going through his career. So what's going on? Why do we have, titles like Ford can't sell any trucks? Because the CEO made a huge mistake. People saying that, they expect the CEO to be replaced with by, this time next year. I can tell you locally, yes, there are F-150s, and I understand the thumbnails. And where I understand the thumbnails is if you go to basically any Ford lot, there's F-150s all over the place. That's because F-150s get sold, so you expect the yard to be empty. Well, not if the factory continues to deliver more F-150s. And Ford has been producing a whole lot of F-150s. F-150s are coming off the truck every single week from factory. So as much as F-150s get sold every week, new ones do come in. I actually, last month, I moved more F-150s in a month than I have in the last 10 years. So Ford is moving F-150s, and that's just the way it is. Now, This is why I think it's so important to be data driven, folks. We've got to look at that data. It is unbelievably important. And when you look at the data, it tells a whole different story than just, going from Ford dealer to Ford dealer and seeing all these trucks and then being like, well, they've got trucks. They're on the yard. They must not be able to sell them. Ford really screwed up. Ford's going out of business. Ford's going to go bankrupt. All these various claims you can have, but you really got to look at the data. Just like when you're shopping for a vehicle, whether it's a Dodge, a Ford, a Toyota Tundra, a Toyota Tacoma, which I think the new model is worth buying from what I've seen so far, but not the old model for various reasons. Check out my Toyota Tacoma video for that. You need to look at the facts. So, MotorFeed was saying that they can't sell F-150s because the interest rate is at 8%. You know what? That's true for the Ford F-150 Lightning. The interest rate is at 7.99%. For a 0.01 difference, I'll say that's fair to say that it's 8%. But it was implied that it was for the internal combustion engine, the fuel-powered F-150. And interest rates are either 2.99% when that video was made. Now the interest rate is higher, but you can also get $4,000 to $4,750 off an F-150. And on a lease, what's really funny is the interest rate on the lease went up 0.5%. And with it going up 0.5%, it's an incredible deal to jump on the F-150 big money rebate going on right now, especially if you switch it in 2 years for possibly a much lower interest rate. That's what I would do. I would I'm gonna say it, order an F-150 right now. And if you have a trade that's worth a good amount of money, maybe don't risk it and just take something that's on the yard under the promotion that's on right now. But if you order right now, you will get your price frozen. When it comes in, you can also see which deal is better. The deal in, come August when it comes in. The only danger is come August, if you've got an expensive trade, something worth $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, it may have dropped 10 to 20%. So that's a risk to take, and that's why I'd be conflicted between taking an F-150 right now or ordering. If I don't have a trade or it's not worth very much, definitely order your F-150. If you've got a trade worth $30,000, I'd be more inclined to take something on the lot now, unless there's nothing on the lot that interests you. If I were buying an F-150, I'd jump all over the Tremor. That is incredible value. So, Ford Motor Company sales increased 10.7% year over year. So big increase. Ford is off to an incredible start this year. And, let's take a quote from Andrew Frick here. He said, Ford is off to a fast start to the year. Ford's sales growth and investments are a direct result of strong customer demand across our truck, SUV, and electric vehicle segments, said Vice President of Ford Sales US and Canada, Andrew Frick. He also said, and this year's highly anticipated new product launches with the Super Duty, Escape, Mustang, and Ranger will only add to this momentum. So I think he's right on that. Ford is heading for a fantastic sales year. And the F-Series has been America's best-selling truck, and their sales are up 21.1%, totaling 170,377 pickups. So there you have it, folks. I'd say definitely consider ordering an F-150 right now. Or if you've got a trade worth quite a bit, I wouldn't risk it. I'd buy one off the lot now if the lot has something that interests you. Make sure you do get that big rebate. It's MSRP minus $4,000 to $4,750 off, and you just got yourself a great deal. Speaking of deals, our Ford Bronco, when we ordered it, 7.99%. That's hard to stomach. I'm hoping interest rates go down on the Bronco by the time it rolls in around August.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, but we'll talk more about, what you can expect for pricing just a little bit later on in this live, or you can watch it as a separate episode, quite possibly later on.